It was a rather strange phenomenon that created tons of fear and panic across nations. The outcome would be much of society having to watch over their shoulder at every turn. Let's take a look back at how killer clowns took over the world. Typically, clowns are often associated with providing light-hearted entertainment and amusement to others. Whether they're seen hosting game shows on television or selling burgers. The stigma surrounding clowns has always been of a positive perception. But many horror films have managed to turn the popular figures into scary villains. A similar tactic that has also worked with little girls dressed in their bedtime attire. Killer Clowns from Outer Space was one of the first films to feature clowns in such a negative way. Not long after would come a Stephen King classic that introduced the world to one of the scariest movie villains of all time.
Oh yes, they float, Georgie. They float. And when you're down here with me, you float too!
These type of films left many with night terrors and reshaped the image of clowns for generations. Over the years, as social media evolved, the art started to imitate life, turning what was just fictional horror scenarios into actual reality. As Halloween of 2016 was approaching, 5 eerie images would go viral, showcasing a clown roaming around a parking area in Wisconsin. Because it was such an unsettling sight, national news outlets picked up the story and gave it a great deal of attention. While this was later revealed as a promotional tool for an upcoming independent horror film, many people would take notice of the intrigue and join in on the action. Shortly after, in Greenville, South Carolina, multiple children told their parents about a creepy clown hanging around outside their school. Supposedly, he was offering them candy and tried to lure them into the forest. The parents reported the encounter to the local police. Similar incidents were reported by residents in the neighboring apartment complexes. While these news stories did raise concern, there was not much evidence backing up the claims. But soon pictures and videos would start to go viral, many of which captured images of some of these creepy clowns in public. Major networks covered the intriguing images, as more media traction was gained on the topic. The eerie sightings began to occur in several other states across America. The photos and videos were being spread online now at alarming rates, some showcasing clowns wielding weapons, and some even committing crimes. A tremendous amount of fear began to rise among the public, many wondering if these people dressing up were mentally unwell, speculating if they were living out some sort of sick fantasy, and how far were they willing to go with these disturbing antics.
Kaylin Sherman said she was leaving this Target near Ridgemar Mall when she saw them.
They were in like matching outfits, like it was the ones with all the polka dots on it.
People dressed as clowns, she says, peeking through windows of parked cars.
Finally, one lady said, "I'm gonna call the police," and they drove off as fast as they could.
Water cooler talk at the office was no longer about the weather or last night's sporting event. It was now focused on discussions about killer clowns on the loose and what they would do during one of these frightening encounters. Soon the trend would make its way to other countries, creating mass hysteria, and threats of violence from clowns began. Schools forced to implement lockdowns to protect the children. The police had no choice but to issue warnings to those participating in these unusual scare tactics. Many retailers decided to remove clown costumes from their store shelves, despite Halloween quickly approaching. The store managers were hoping it would reduce the amount of copycats engaging in the outrageous antics. Things would get even more frightening, following a news report of a purge-inspired night for clowns.
Posted on social media claiming clowns were going to purge cities across the country on Halloween Eve. And on that list is Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville police say it's not credible, but they say you should still be vigilant. But many parents are saying they're not even going to take their kids trick-or-treating because of the reports of clowns already trying to lure kids into the woods.
It does take a little bit of joy out of it for them.
There are going to be people wearing clown costumes, clown masks, and various other masks. People want to go after them and attack them. Yeah, that is against the law.
Just last week, Target pulled clown masks from its stores, and McDonald's announced that Ronald McDonald will be making fewer appearances because of the quote-unquote creepy clown climate.
A large amount of college students decided to go on a mob-like hunt for those dressed as clowns as a result. After Halloween had finally passed and several arrests were made, things would then start to simmer down. The clown sightings became less frequent and the panic started to subside. The killer clowns epidemic remains one of the oddest phenomenons in recent history. What do you think about this story? Did you experience an encounter? Leave a comment below and let me know.